Welcome back to another episode of Inside Osage. I'm Ryan King. I'm here this week with Coach Hill. Coach Hill, would you mind starting off with telling us a little bit about yourself and who you are?
So I'm Coach Hill, and I am the anatomy and sports medicine teacher, as well as I coach track and cross country. Oh, and I am teaching biology this year as well. And I'm also the sponsor for National Honor Society.
Got a lot going on, huh?
I do.
So what guided you guys to choose the year of endurance this year?
Well, this past spring, they found the ship Endurance in, close to the Antarctic region, and it was a ship that went down in 1915 that was on an expedition to find the South Pole.
Mm-hmm.
But as it was going down, it first got stuck in the ice floes. And so these men that were on the ship were all explorers, wanted to get to the South Pole. They were very disciplined, had a lot of endurance to endure. It would have been a normal expedition and turned out not to be a normal expedition because the ship got stuck in the ice floes, and then it eventually sinks, and these men all survived. There were 27 men on this ship, and they got off the ship at some point, lived on the ice floes, and eventually got to an island. And then some of these men that were on the ship then went on one of their little lifeboats, which looks like a little canoe, and they went to another island in the big massive ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up finding people there that had ships that could then go rescue the rest of them. And so these men lived literally in the same clothes, in cold, slept in cold, wet sleeping bags night after night for over a year, and survived. And it was, to me, just the endurance that they had. When I am sleeping in a wet sleeping bag, and if we're camping, the first thing I want to do is either get to a laundromat and get it dried, or go find a hotel. They couldn't do that. And so I think about everything that we've endured the last couple of years post-COVID. Well, first COVID, then post-COVID. And, we complained about the fact that we had to stay home. We couldn't go to school.
Yeah.
That was really tough. And who doesn't enjoy staying at home? And, but yet when we came back, we're just like, oh, this, life is really hard. But yet our lives, it's what we do with what hardships we're, given. And these men, even though they were on a ship that was called Endurance and it sunk, their endurance is what made me think of this word, that they could persevere and endure everything that they did through that time trial. And couldn't we do the same thing?
Right.
Yeah, there's things that are thrown at us that are very challenging, but yet at the same time, it's what we do with those challenges that allow us to overcome and just get better and grow from it.
Okay, and how do you think that's going to play out this year, like in school, around the school, in the community?
Well, just think about the things that all of you do as students. You're an athlete, you're a two-sport athlete, you play baseball, you play football, you have plans for life outside of high school at some point, whether it's military, the workforce, or college. And what do you do on a daily basis to make sure that you reach those goals? Their goal was to get to the South Pole. When that goal didn't happen, their goal was to survive,
Mm-hmm.
And to live and get back home to England or whatever country they were from.
Right.
And so they had to go through a lot, and just like you do, every day you have to figure out, what do I need to do to get better? What is my end goal? What am I going to do to survive? And so it's just having that mindset that nothing is going to stop us, that you're going to be able to carry through, even when little things get thrown at you, when a coach isn't happy with your play, when your parents aren't happy with something you didn't do, right at home, or wherever, whatever it is, when your teachers have high expectations for you, and like, oh, I can't do that, I got too much on my plate. Yeah, but you can. You just
Right.
have to have that mindset that you can persevere and that you can overcome and that you can do it. So I think it's just that mindset that we need to create within ourselves, and help to create that in others, that we can endure and we can persevere and we can make it.
That was great. Coach Hill, thank you again.
You're welcome.